My name is Trenton Laughlin, and I'll be going over three different Canva features. Now, my three Canva features, one will be an art wall mockup, one will be a whiteboard, and one will be a website. So, the reason why I chose these is the art wall mockup. That's something you could easily put on a wall that can either have some text or some brief instructions on how to do something that's done like every day. Basically something a student can easily see and be like, or just remember, or it's something that you just want a student to remember, so it's something they just see every day and eventually just it gets in their head. The whiteboard, it's a good way to put like assignments if you want to be a bit more creative with how you want to format it, and it'll be easy to go back to like previous steps if that is needed. And the website, it's kind of like the one we use in class currently, where you just put assignments on there and easily be able to tell when due dates are and stuff like that. Now let's get into the art wall mockup. So the art wall mockup, it has templates. If you click on top of this template, you can just see them like every other Canva feature. And what I would suggest is some that's a bit bland, it's basically like a background. That way it'll be a bit easier to put text and stuff on there for the students to be able to see. And you can see on the left over here, they have elements, text, and tools. Those are the three ones you'll be using. Elements, they'll basically give icons like these up here, or you can look over here. They have like them separated and stuff. Basically, stuff that is already made, so you don't have to actually look into it too hard, and it makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker. Now, text, uh, that's just what it is. You can just put like a heading, a subheading, stuff basically to write on there so you can be able to read it easily. And if you have the premium version, they have these different types of text you can add, but uh, otherwise, you just have these basic forms, and you can add like uh, different types of fonts and all that. And then the tools, that is the where you kind of modify stuff a bit more easy or have a bit more control. Uh, you have the select option, which allows you to select like an image, drag it around, change the size, and even delete it. Uh, and you have the drawing over here. It allows you to draw like a line or something. You can draw a line, an arrow or something. You can highlight. Basically, it allows you to be a lot more free flowing instead of having to only use certain images or shapes. Speaking of shapes, shapes over here and lines. And here's like sticky notes and text. Basically, kind of sticky notes would just be something you put on there just for you to remember, say like you're not done with it. And text is basically the text over here. It'll just give you a small like area for a paragraph. And here they have a table. This is where you can put basically different information, like different columns, makes it easier to use. For the whiteboard, it has all the same stuff on the left, and it has templates too. But for the purpose of education, I wouldn't really worry too much about using a template. Maybe you can find one if you like that as like a nice background, but I'll just more focus on the text here and the tools and elements. That way, it's just a bit more easier to kind of draw a line to something or draw an arrow for like an assignment. I'll go more into depth later, but for now, I'll leave it there. Website, this is where you can get a bit more creative than the other two. Uh, so if we go over here, templates, they have all these different ones on the left, and I'll just use this one right here. So let's say you find one of them that you like. You're like, that looks good. So you click it here, and then it'll basically put it up here. You can edit what you want. And let's add a page. This will basically be a second page of a website. And you're like, I don't really like any of these on this second page. You can go over here to page 3 or a different page, and it allows you to put that template in there. It makes it really easy to find which ones you like, which ones you don't, and how you can add them. And they also don't have to be in the same template. So let's go over to this one. Say like you didn't see any more you want there. You can go over here and you can just click like that one. That one isn't great since it cuts off, but you can basically add this one right here. And it just allows you to kind of mix and match templates to get the ones you like the most. Now, another thing, let's add a page. You can add a section. Say you want a bigger website for either the assignments are longer or you just want to show off more stuff. You can add as many sections as you want and it'll keep going up. And if say you got one too many, click it and click delete. and that will remove that section. Now I'll go into a bit more in depth on basically what you can use each one for. So give an example. So you can add a heading. So I'll just add a heading here, and you can basically put something along the lines of, since I'm in like STEM engineering, I would put like uh, engineering steps, and then you can change the font so it's a bit more visible. I'll just change it to white for now, and then uh, below it you'd put like more steps, like step one, figure out problem, step two, figure out a solution, and then you just basically put those there. So it basically be, you want it to be basically a poster on a wall, so a student can look at it and be like, oh yeah, or oh, yeah, that sounds right. Basically, something they can see and get an idea. For other classes, it could be like basic addition, basic multiplication, stuff like that in like math class. The whiteboard, uh, I'll just do the same thing. I'll just add a heading. This is where you put a title for whatever you want to name the assignment. I'll just name a title right now. And you can have like a little paragraph below describing what it is. And let's add another thing. So we'll name this one step one. And we'll just drag it over to the right. Now, with these tools over here, you can add a shape that's an arrow, or you can just go to lines. And what I would do is I would just add the line to step one on the bottom over here. And you can change these pretty easily. They have those little circles. Um, and this is where you basically like point to step one, have text underneath describing step one, go step two, stuff like that. So it makes it easier for a student to figure out which step is after one and a more creative format than just a blank page. And let's say step one is used in the future. Again, you can go create like a arrow that points back to it, so a student easily gets reminded of, oh yeah, that step. Now the website, I don't really need to create an example. You can just look at Dr. Orr's, but basically you would have like the assignment here. We'll just name it assignment one and put it on top. And then you would basically have a paragraph below it describing what assignment one is and how many points it is, all that stuff. Those are the 3 Canva features. Thank you.